So we're working away on supper, and we sort of discovered that the temperature was plummeting rather quickly. And so we checked the weather, and sure enough, it's going to get down to minus 20, and wind gusts of up to 25 kilometers an hour, and that keeps up till about midnight. And this tent is not exactly meant for what we're doing, and the winds are really beating it down, but we just have to get through tonight. We're going to be bundled up in everything that we brought, probably. Like every layer that we brought we'll be wearing to stay warm. But tomorrow's supposed to be a very beautiful day. It's supposed to be very cold, but the sun is going to be shining, and the wind is only like 5 or 6 kilometers an hour tomorrow, so that's not bad at all. We can deal with that. But yeah, we have to get through these howling winds and cold temps. So if it does get down to minus 20, that's going to be the coldest that either one of us have ever spent out winter camping. So yeah, that'll be a fun challenge. I'm not looking forward to it though.
Well, does this look familiar? Back here at the Western Uplands Backpacking Trail with my brother-in-law Darcy, with the amazing hat, we're going for a 2-night winter camping adventure. It's the Sunday of a long weekend, and this parking lot is busier than I've seen it before. And the Westgate area where we picked up our permit was just absolutely packed. It was nuts. But yeah, despite the snow today, it's supposed to be a beautiful couple of days. So let's get going. So, Darcy and I came in on the Western Uplands Backpacking Trail. If you remember the video that I did with my cousin Bill a few weeks ago, when we came into that fork, we went to the right towards Guskawa Lake. This time, Darcy and I have gone left towards Maple Leaf Lake. And when you do that, you come to some very steep hills. So keep that in mind, but it's worth it once you're up there. Okay, campers. So the story of this fire pit and these makeshift clotheslines and utensil hangers here and pot hanger and the tent pad that's already kind of shaped out here is my cousin James and I were here about 2 weeks ago, and this was the spot that we found off the trail. It's near a water source. There's lots of good firewood around. There's lots of good birch bark for kindling in that. So Darcy and I are going to camp on this same spot since it's already kind of made up and dug out for us here. What was our elevation gain?
About 50 meters.
50 meters elevation, but carrying a heavy backpack and pulling a sled is substantial. So, would you describe what we just did as strenuous?
Yeah, it was strenuous.
It was strenuous. And Darcy's a firefighter in like fire fit competitions and stuff, so if he says it's strenuous, it's strenuous. So you can imagine how hard it was for me. Okay. Big, so okay. Oh!
Okay.
It's actually going to be really nice having a tent you can stand up in.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially even to get your, like, if you're doubling up sleeping bags, like get in your first one and then you can freaking weasel in your next one.
Slide it back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, Jess.
there we go.
We're getting some good ventilation.
Yeah.
We even got a front porch.
Woo!
I need a beer. Darce wastes no time. So anyways, this is our tent that we're using for this expedition. It is not a winter tent, but Darce and I actually did our first ever winter camping adventure out of this tent in my friend Dan Langstaff's bush while we were cutting firewood for this burning season. So yeah, we have spent a couple nights in this, and we had this down to -16, and we were fine, honestly. We survived. We're still here, and we're using it again. So it's going to be really nice being able to stand up in there. That's going to be a nice change from the tents that I'm used to using. So.
Boy, that wind is really picking up.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, there's a shovel handy, but they're expensive. Just friggin' sticks. So a bit of wind has kicked up here, and so Darce and I are staking out his tent using snow anchors. So we just grab some fallen branches, break off a section about a foot long, you know, an inch in diameter, something like that. You bury it down to the ground, you tie your guy rope to it, bury it down on the ground, pack snow down on it, and should hold pretty decent bud, I'd say. Oh, check out my new axe.
Wow.
This is
unreal.
yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the Haltifor's camp hatchet. It's a 17 3/4 inch model with a 1 3/4 pound head. Very cool. I'm excited to use it. Haven't used it yet. I think it'll be a nice size for trips and stuff. It's not too big. It's not too small. It goes in a pack, nice and easy. That should be fun. Fun to play with. So I might have made a bonehead move. I wanted to replace the blade on my saw, the Agawa Canyon Boreal 21. It was a bit dull last time I was out here. So I just bought a generic 21-inch bow saw blade from Canadian Tire for like $8.99 for two. And now, when I go to fold my saw up, there's like no tension. It's pretty loose, so I might have buggered up. But this morning after I left work, I actually stopped by my house and snuck into the garage and grabbed the old blade so I can change it back if need be and deal with that. But we're gonna try cutting with this kind of flimsy, cheap blade and see what happens. Okay, so we'll get some firewood and put this Haltifor's axe to the test. Everyone seems, well, there's a real trend, it seems, towards the Gransford Brooks axes, I think they are. And yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with them, but they're very pricey, it seems. And I discovered this brand Haltifor's, which I think they've been making axes for 300 years out of Sweden. And I believe, oh, that's deep snow, that they're the oldest axe company in the world, possibly. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. But we're going on a hunt here. Sounds kind of punky to me, but it sounds kind of wet. So I took down this old spruce tree here, cut it down near the bottom, and then I cut it about halfway up just to get a visual on how dry the wood is. And if you see, it's very nice and dry. It's not the it's not going to be a long burning wood because it is a very soft wood, but it's going to provide really good heat. And if we can find some better pieces for fuel that'll burn longer, that'll be great. But we can survive just on that too, no problem. Good find. There's lots more. As you can see, this site has ample firewood, so that is great. This here's a Algonquin birch pine maple. Here we have a aspen pine jack spruce. And there we have a rare Algonquin silver maple spruce. This axe is awesome. Really, really like it. Yeah, heads up for flying branches and stuff.
Stiff.
Trying to get enough open. We can burn all these in the twig stove too.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped to try mine.
Yeah. You want to tell the folks at home about your twig stove? How do you like being on camera?
Yeah. I bought a twig stove.
Jess.
AliExpress though.
Yeah.
Fraction of the price. I think I saw on Instagram there's a company selling them for like 35 bucks.
Oh yeah.
It's just thin sheet metal. But
Yeah.
anyway, found it on AliExpress for, I don't know, maybe 7 or 5 or maybe even less. I don't know.
That's pretty unreal.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed Darcy's mustache? The firefighter mustache? Pretty epic. Should have brought your aviators and a trench coat.
Yeah.
This blade is flimsy, but it just bends all over the place. Like it's just so flimsy for going through thick stuff.
Yeah, you really can't push much. You just
No.
have to let it do its thing.
Darcy, what kind of tree is that one?
That there's the Western Uplands Sprice.
Sprice.
Yeah. Pretty rare.
Yeah,
You can't
don't see
find
many
them.
of the Sprice, especially of the Western Uplands
Yeah.
species.
Species, yeah.
I think the Latin name is like Western Uplandus
Yeah.
funginitis.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a coniferous tree.
It's we are the coniferous regions here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you turn this thing off?
Top button.
Push around.
Top button's under the mic there. Just press that.
Top button. Yeah.
So we're working away on supper, and we sort of discovered that the temperature was plummeting rather quickly. And so we checked the weather, and sure enough, it's going to get down to minus 20, and wind gusts of up to 25 kilometers an hour, and that keeps up till about midnight. And this tent is not exactly meant for what we're doing, and the winds are really beating it down, but we just have to get through tonight. We're going to be bundled up in everything that we brought, probably like every layer that we brought we'll be wearing to stay warm. But tomorrow's supposed to be a very beautiful day. It's supposed to be very cold, but the sun is going to be shining, and the wind is only like 5 or 6 kilometers an hour tomorrow, so that's not bad at all. We can deal with that. But yeah, we have to get through these howling winds and cold temps. So if it does get down to minus 20, that's going to be the coldest that either one of us have ever spent out winter camping. So yeah, that'll be a fun challenge. Not looking forward to it though. Okay, we're gonna do this ghost story style. I think in my last little check-in I said that the winds were crazy gusting and the temperature was plummeting. Well, the temperature is getting down for sure. It's still supposed to get down to minus 20, but the wind has totally, completely died. And it wasn't supposed to die until about midnight, but it's maybe 7 o'clock or something now, and the wind has totally died. The skies have opened up. We're seeing stars. It's turned into a very beautiful and clear night. It's cold, but we're doing all right. We're hanging in there. We've got lots of wood, and we'll burn it all if we have to stay warm. But we had a very good, hearty supper. Now it's time to just kick back and relax, and we're very thankful that the winds have totally died. That I think fate was shining down on us tonight.
Let's knock on wood. Hope it stays away.
Knock on wood. I may have just completely jinxed it. That is minus 25. Wow. Well, good morning. It is about 8:30 or so in the morning. It's Monday, February the 17th, Family Day, and it is minus 25. Woo!
We survived.
We survived. Yeah, that was a wow. How'd you sleep?
Actually, well, not the greatest, but
Yeah.
like considering, I slept okay.
Stayed pretty warm.
Yeah.
So Darce had a water bottle between his legs in his sleeping bag. That was a double wall, like kind of stainless steel water bottle. This would just kind of slowly release some heat through the night. So I think that helped him out, and I'll show you my sleep system a bit later. But it kept us decently warm, what we were using. Now we are definitely going to get some coffee in us. It's minus 25, but there's no wind. It's absolutely dead calm. And last night turned into just a beautiful, beautiful night. It was, the winds died completely down, the skies opened right up, and it was a beautiful starry night, and we just enjoyed the fire and looking at the stars. It was a really good time. So today's going to be a very beautiful day, just very cold. We'll do some chores this morning. We'll get some firewood rounded up, and we're going to go for a big hike hopefully today. But first, coffee.
Oh, she's coming. That sun's on its way.
The sun's on its way, I'd say, fairly.
Yeah, it's just like if I were 3 inches taller.
You'd feel the sun skipping
It
on
would
your
be
head
in
there.
my eye.
Yeah. I strung up a clothesline this morning. You're going to wake up in the morning when you're camping and you're going to have frost built up kind of around this area of your sleeping bag and around your hood of your sleeping bag and whatnot. So it's a good idea to string up a clothesline and to let those dry out for the day. Especially on a beautiful sunny day like this, we want the sun rays to hit those sleeping bags and dry up the frost for us. So on my bag here, that's all frost right there. The draft collar here, that's all frost. That's right where I was breathing. Around the hood, all around the hood here. See, that's all frost. And especially with a down bag, once that's frost and it's wet, it doesn't keep you warm at all. So it's really important to dry those bags. For breakfast, I'm just having oatmeal, and I just had my coffee there. So this oatmeal is 1 cup of Quaker oats, just regular Quaker oats. And then I combine that with 1 packet of the, the pre-packaged flavored stuff, the really sugary stuff. And put that together into Ziploc bags, and you just have 1 per morning. I add some cinnamon to it, and I've got an awesome breakfast that's going to stick to me for a while. So, Darcy, what were you up to this morning?
Well, we got up, it was super cold, and we had depleted our firewood stores last night, so I had to go out and cut some wood. I found some, actually I hiked back in and found a really rare species, Iglesias coitus strain, Diniferous, and but I think locally they call it the Eastern Downlands.
Eastern Downlands, I think sugar cedar.
Yeah, because the way that the rings.
Yeah, the way that
work.
it is.
Yeah, the way that it is. So
we brought back Darce brought back a
that
bunch
should
of that.
burn really good.
Yeah, I think it'll burn great, and it'll probably smell delicious too.
Yeah.
And if we boil our water over it, it'll make our like hot chocolate taste sweeter and stuff.
For sure.
Cool. Judy got me this thermos from Winners. It's a Yeti actually, but she got it from Winners for a heck of a price. So we poured boiling water into this last night, kept it in the tent, and we're opening it up. Let's see how hot this water is. Still steaming there. It's warm. It's not hot, but it's certainly warm. At least you could put like your drinking water and stuff. Like for today, we're gonna go on a hike, so we'll take this water, we'll put it in our water bottles, take it on our hike today. Yeah, so you can put boiling water into this. You don't have to keep it in your sleeping bag. Yeah, it can just sit in the tent overnight or even outside, I bet, and it won't freeze. It's nice. These chunks of Carolinian cedar spruce,
Yeah,
I think are really going to burn well.
I think so too. They were used by the Frank Indians back in
The Frank Indians.
back in the 1625s.
The Frank Indians.
In the 1625s.
In the 1625s. Not the 1600s. Or the 1620s.
1625.
In all the 1625s. In all those years. Hey Darce, can I toss you this northeastern waxwood?
Yeah,
Add it to our pile there.
absolutely.
Some smaller chunks of the northeastern waxwood here. Good job today, Darce.
Yeah, same to you.
Well, I'm just paying you a compliment because the camera's on.
Oh, right on. Well, same to you.
Yeah. So you can see, this is how many coffees today? 4? 4 a piece, I think. Darce has gotten me onto these Starbucks Via. This is a dark roast, or a French roast.
French roast.
Which is a dark roast, I guess, but it's quite delicious if you just drink it black. It's really, really good. So I might rethink my French press for winter camping just because cleaning it out is a bit of a hassle when you have to break through ice and stuff. I think I'll stick with the French press for summer camping, you know, where you're camped on a lake and that and you have limitless water. But for winter camping, I'm really liking this whole Starbucks Via idea. Via idea.
Via idea.
Quite a trek, eh? What?
This out.
What's that? Whoa. Holy smokes, are you serious?
Guessing it's a Sasquatch.
I'm thinking so. He must take huge strides too, because there's nothing like...
Either that or he was checking to see how cold the snow was.
I wonder. Wow.
You can tell it's a Sasquatch because the like that's way larger than a human hand.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like-
It's way bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, good find, Darce.
Yeah.
There we go. We hadn't seen any prints yet up to this point, but we just found our first one, so
Yeah.
right on. There might be
Our eyes
more.
open.
Yeah, there might be
Yeah.
more in this area. We're going down a side trail here. Down to the lake, looks like. We know it's a side trail because there was a sign that said side trail. Oh, there's another sign that says side trail. But is this another side trail? So it's like the side trail. There's two. Oh, I'm so confused now. What do we do? Okay. Coming up to Maple Leaf Lake here. Beautiful. Whoa. It's a bit deep, eh?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, adventurers, we are back from Maple Leaf Lake, and we went past it a ways there. But we were tracking our mileage, and we went, what, 6.6K there and back, which is great. We're going to get the fire livened up again and keep a fire going basically right until bedtime. Tonight on the menu is I have a couple kind of gourmet burger patties with kind of hot peppers and cheese already in it, which will be really good. And what are you going to have, man?
Sausage and some potatoes.
And potatoes?
Potatoes.
Sausage and potatoes.
Sausage and potatoes.
Excellent. Okay, my sleeping bags have been hanging out and drying for the day, which is great. It's nice and dry. The down here has got all fluffed up, which is nice. This Marmot Never Summer, it's a minus 18. It's a down bag. This is the Marmot Nano 25. That it's just a synthetic bag. 25 is, I think, minus 4 degrees Celsius. So I've doubled those up on top of my Exped Down Mat Light 5. So that's an R value of 5. There's a bit of down insulation in there to keep you warm. And Darcy's sleeping pad too is actually an R5, and we both felt that's sufficient enough. Even as cold as it got, we never felt like our sleeping pads were too cold or anything like that. So I've doubled those up in my little neck pillow here. Fits very nicely in the hood, just like that. And then inside here, this is the Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme. It's a little fleece liner, and it's very nice actually. It does add a little bit of warmth. So I'll be inside this, while inside this, and just right now in the liner here, I've got my socks for sleeping, and my camera batteries and stuff like that, just to stay warm. So if you ever have doubts about staying warm winter camping, you can definitely double up your sleeping bags. It makes a big difference. Our tent isn't doing anything to help us out warmth-wise. It's just enough room for two of us to stand up, and it's kind of nice to have the room. But anyway, there you go. Well, folks, we're going to just sit around the fire until it's time to go to bed, so there's not going to be a whole lot to see. We had a really good supper of sausages and hamburger patties and potatoes.
Potatoes.
So, yeah, we're all fed up. We had our last hot chocolate for the trip. And yeah, we're going to just sit around and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful night. It turned out to be just an absolutely amazing, beautiful day, and we're so thankful for that. We're so thankful for how beautiful this evening is right now. So, I guess I'll just check in with you in the morning and, yeah, take tomorrow as it comes. Night, night. Good morning.
Hey.
Oh, that fire is beautiful, man.
Yeah, it started up pretty easily.
Awesome.
But wow, Darcy is officially the best. I just woke up and I come out and I see the fire crackling. He's got coffee going. Pretty awesome. Good morning. It's I think 7:30 in the morning on our final day. It's clouded right over and there's a bit of snow, but the temperature is much more bearable this morning. It's not minus 25. Thanks, man. It's maybe, I don't know, minus 7 or 8 or something. But yeah, it's not bad, so that's nice. So I had a good sleep, and Darcy, you had a decent sleep?
Yeah, better.
Awesome. It was much easier getting out of the sleeping bags this morning than yesterday morning. Man, I'm telling you, that was rough. But last night before we went to bed, Darcy piled a whole ton of logs on the fire just so it would smolder away all night. And then this morning he came out and there was just some heat left there. There was some nice coals, so he was able to get a fire ripping pretty good. Get some water boiled already. So we're gonna have coffee, and then we're just gonna pack up everything and then head to the Moose Cafe in the town of Dwight. Shroot. For breakfast, because they have an amazing breakfast there, and I'll show you that. Anyways, I'll check in later. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Made it.
We made it. It was quite the trek back, but we made it in this snow. And I'm sweating just a hair, but we're gonna go change at the Westgate bathrooms and then go to the town of Dwight, Shroot, in order to have breakfast.
Oh boy.
Boy. Closed?
No.
We're going back to the next one. Oh.